Hello students. So we welcome you all again in Biology Lab, Department of Biology, Subodh Public School, Jaipur. I myself Sunil Sharma and my colleague Rajesh Tamanna. Today we are going to explain you about another experiment of the class 12 biology, and that is water holding capacity of the soil. Here, when we talk about water holding capacity, means how much amount of the water is holded by the soil after the percolation. That is what this is called as water holding capacity, which depends on the texture of the soil, interparticular species, the amount or the content of the humus present in the soil, and some other factors. So here we will see a simple experimentation by which you can calculate the water holding capacity of the different soil. One thing we all should know, because the texture of the different soil is different. Okay, like if we talk about the loam soil or the garden soil, also called it, or the sand soil or gravel, they have the different texture of the soil. So definitely they will show the different water holding capacity. So after the completion of the experiment, you will understand that which soil is having greater water holding capacity and which soil is having the lesser water holding capacity. So ready for this? Let's start.
So students, for water holding capacity we require some materials like pitching balance, measuring cylinders and funnels, and 3 soil samples. So this one is soil sample A. It is sand. This soil sample is gravel, sample B, and this one is soil sample C. This is the clay soil sample. First of all, we should know weight. For this purpose, take a filter paper and weigh soil sample A with the help of pitching balance. Here I am taking 50 gram soil. Now take one measuring cylinder and keep the funnel on this measuring cylinder. Take a filter paper and fold like this, and keep this filter paper on the funnel in this manner. Now transfer this 50 gram soil sample in this take sample B and weight, first of all weight 50 gram and transfer in this second funnel. Now take the third sample and transfer in sample C in the another funnel.
So in this way you can see each sample of the soil measured 50 gram and then it is kept in the funnel, and you can see the filter paper is used over there for the filtration. Okay, yes Rajesh ji, now what you are doing?
Now
What is it?
Now take a measuring cylinder,
Okay,
and pour 50 ml water in it.
okay, students, remember one thing, when you are measuring the chemical in the measuring cylinder, in chemistry also you might have studied that if the liquid is colorless, then or in that case, and when the liquid is colorful, in that case the method of the measuring the substance is different. If the solution is colorless, then the level of the meniscus is calculated over there, like Rajesh sir had seen, calculated here. You can see the lower level of the meniscus is at the 50 level, 50 ml. You can see here it is 50 ml. Okay, yes Rajesh sir, continue.
Now transfer this 50 ml water in the soil sample A.
So pour the water gradually and slowly. You can see the water is poured here 50 ml, and at the same time you can see the filtration is taking place and the water start moving down in the test tube. Just see now, this you can see here that dip by dip the water is percolated, start percolating over there. Okay, so out of the 50 ml of the water, some amount of the water will retain in the soil and the rest of the water will be percolated. So the water which is remained in the soil will be called as water holding capacity of the soil. So Rajesh ji, will you do this kind of the process for the rest two soil sample also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do it. Now 50 ml of the water in the soil sample B. Slowly and gradually pour it.
Now transfer the 50 ml solution in. Now transfer the 50 ml solution in soil sample C.
This is solution or water, Rajesh sir?
This is the water, sir.
Okay, fine. So in this way, we are pouring the 50 ml water in all the three soil sample and we are waiting for some time. Okay, that how much amount of the water is percolated. Rajesh sir is doing this experiment for you all students. Now you can see here in the sand soil the water is seeped down, in the gravel also, and this is the garden soil or the clay soil. Okay, so now after 15 minutes let's see what is the result of the experiment. If you remember, this was the soil sample A, sand soil, and in this sand soil the amount of the water out of the 50 ml which was percolated here, if you see, this is approximately I think 30. Yes, so 30 ml is percolated. That means 20 ml is retained by the soil. Similarly, if we talk about the sample B, which was the gravel, in the gravel soil, here the amount of the water which is percolated is 35 ml. The amount of the water which is percolated here, that is approximately 35 ml. So we assume it as a 35 ml. That means in it, 15 ml of the water is retained by the soil. 15 ml of the water is holded by the soil particles. And the third sample was the sample of the clay. And in this, from the 50 ml, the amount of the water which is percolated here, if you see, this is 20 ml. That means the 30 ml of the water is holded by this sample C. Yes. So now the values which we calculated over there, we are putting these values in the table for the observation. If you see, this is the table in which 6 columns are there. The first serial number, in the second column the soil sample, the name of the soil samples are written, sand soil, gravel soil and clay soil. In the second column, the weight of the soil. If you remember, we took the 50 gram soil of each sample. Then amount of the water which is poured in the soil samples, that was 50 ml for each. And then after that, the fifth column is the volume of the water collected in the measuring cylinder after the percolation. So out of the 50 ml, 30 ml water was percolated down in the sample A, sand soil. 35 ml was percolated in gravel soil or sample B, and 20 ml was percolated in the clay soil in the test tube. So how much amount of the water is holded by these soil samples? How we calculate? We can calculate the water holding capacity by minus the total amount of the volume of the water, total volume of the water, and out of this we minus the volume of the water collected in the measuring cylinder, as Rajesh sir is doing here calculation. So for the first sample it was 50 ml poured and 30 ml is percolated. So how much amount of the water is holded over there? 20 ml. Similarly, for the other soil sample here, 50 minus 35, so the water holded is 15 ml, and for the soil sample C it is 50 ml minus 25 ml equals to 30 ml. So if you see this table, complete table, in this first column is the serial number, second is soil sample, third is weight of the soil, fourth is the volume of the water poured, then fifth is the volume of the water collected, and then last is water holding capacity that is there. Then after that, how we calculate the water holding capacity? For this there is a formula. Water holding capacity equals to water retained by the soil upon water of weight of the dry soil multiplied by 100. In this way you can calculate the water holding capacity of the soil. So for the sand soil, now Rajesh sir is doing the calculation. Just see. So water retained by the soil sample A was 20 ml divided by weight of the dry soil, that was 50 gram. So if you divide it and solve, so what is it? It is 40%. The water holding capacity of the sand soil is 40%. Okay. For the next, for the gravel, now water holded was 50 ml, then weight of the soil 50. So the percolation water holding capacity of the soil was 30%. Okay. Now next for the clay soil, if you see for the clay soil, 30 divided by 50 multiplied by 100, so what is it? 60%. So by this you can understand that in this you can understand here that the maximum water holding capacity is of the clay soil, which is 60%. And when we say then then after that the sand is having the water holding capacity of the 40%, and the gravel is having the 30% of the water holding capacity. Now question comes, why the different type of the water holding capacity is present in these all? The reason behind is, meanwhile when I am speaking you can note down the table also. That's why I am keeping in the frame to this table. When we are talking about the clay soil, actually the clay soil having the maximum water holding capacity because it has the least porous nature. Okay, the interparticular space of the soil is less, and that's why the percolation is lesser, and holding of the water means the water holding capacity is greater for that. And when we talk about the gravel soil, here the interparticular space in between the soil particles is greater, so the more amount of the water is percolated, and because of this water holding capacity you can see is lesser comparatively, and it is 30%. राजेश सर, ये एक्सपेरिमेंट करते टाइम व्हाट प्रिकॉशंस वी शुड टेक केयर?
Sir, for this purpose we should choose the correct type of soil for this experiment. Second, put the water in all the funnels for the same amount. Third, do not shake the measuring cylinder when percolation is begins. And one more, weighting of the soil should be accurately.
That is very important. Always all the measurement, whether it is of the measurement of the soil weight or of the water volume of the water, that or after the percolation how much amount of the water is percolated, that all should be correctly measured. Once you measure correctly all the values, then only the calculation will be correct. Okay. So these are the certain important precautions in it. We hope this experiment is clear to you all. So you can note down the all in file, and that's all from our side for the experimentation determine water holding capacity. Thank you all.